Minecraft recently dropped a big announcement. A brand new biome called the Pale Garden is coming in the next update. I took an early look and it's alright. But if you ask me, it could use something a little extra to really bring it to life and make it feel like something truly special inside of Minecraft. So I decided to take matters into my own hand. Welcome to my take on the Better Pale Garden. The Pale Garden is supposed to be, well, a garden. But when I looked around, it felt more like the Pale Yard. There's hardly any variation in plants or flowers, just retextured moss and one new flower. We can do better than this. Here we've got the original Pale Garden, and here is it with just all of the new plants I've added. Just this change in the biome alone already makes a big difference in the atmosphere. I've added 3 new plants to the mix: the Pale Mushroom, Pale Rose, and the Creaking Bush. Both the Pale Mushroom and Creaking Bush glow at night, giving off a soft, eerie light that gives the garden a little bit more life. While the plants help to add to the ambience of this biome, it feels like it's still missing something. To help, I've also added a brand new mob, the Pale Butterfly. At first glance, this new mob doesn't seem like it does much, but just wait for the sun to set and you'll see it glowing in the dark alongside the other plants. It helps create this magical scene in the darkness, adding to the tension and beauty of the Pale Garden. Also, good luck trying to look at all the creakings here when these butterflies are flying right in front of your face. Speaking of the creaking, the original mob is scary and all, but we designed a new variant of this mob that is larger, stronger, and scarier than the creaking. And this mob is the... Before we get to that, I just happened to notice that you aren't subscribed, or at least over 90% of you aren't. So go ahead and subscribe, or at least leave a like so that I know you enjoy this type of content. Alright, the brand new mob is the Creaking Monstrosity. This mob is still in early development, so things are subject to change to make this mob fit better for the add-on and in the game. And yes, I know it's missing its arms, that's being looked into. Picture this: the Creaking Monstrosity is a guardian for these pale forests, and it gets upset when players cause too much damage in this biome. For example, if the player broke too many creaking hearts, this mob would spawn and try to spook the player away. It has a unique attack that the regular creaking doesn't have, where it will summon vines out of the ground to cause damage to the player. Okay, yeah, it doesn't work right now, but stay tuned because this mob will make you think twice before entering the Pale Gardens. As for the biome itself, there are a few extra touches I'd love to add. Right now, we can't change the generation until the biome is fully released, but here's what I have in mind. I'd like to make the fog thicker, turning the Pale Garden into a misty, maze-like forest where you can barely see a few feet ahead. I'd also add more tree variations for a more natural, overgrown look. And finally, I think this biome could use a little bit of lore. Perhaps with a brand new structure, the Mossy Camp. This campsite used to be a place for pillagers to set up camp and spend the night. Unfortunately, the pillagers probably didn't make it through the night, which just left their campsites. These campsites aren't without loot though. You can find items such as crossbows, campfires, valuables, and a brand new disc, which has a very eerie feeling to it. What other features would you want to see added to the Pale Gardens? Let me know in the comments below, and seriously, consider subscribing. The Creaking Monstrosity is watching, and it won't let me upload if you don't.